Welcome to my allotment diary for the third week of June. Still raining, not coming down in the same quantity as last week, but still enough to give you a soaking. Only vegetable bought this week are the potatoes. The soft fruit harvested are going down very well with the family. The response to my request to comment on compost had a mixed reception, and I believe there is a misnomer going round that mulching one's beds with compost is a requirement of no dig. Hence, I don't do no dig because all that bought compost is too expensive, or I can't produce enough of my own compost, so I don't do no dig. Well, my grandfather, my father, uncles, the gardeners at the big houses, and also me, all regularly dug the ground single and double. But we still mulched the beds. It's that time of year to plant out the courgettes, and these go in the top of the compost bed, which therefore requires an amount as full as possible in the compost bin, which I've managed to do this season by building an extra bin last year. This has been collected into the centre bin of the 3-bin bank. On emptying bin 1, I discovered a nest of common shrews, 6 in all, who when uncovered scarpered out through their entrance hole. Number 6 caught while being back of the queue. Shrews are voracious insects, slug and snail eaters, and must eat every 2 to 3 hours to survive. Shrews need to consume 200 to 300% of their body weight in food each day in order to survive, so they're good for the garden, and if they want, they can live in my compost bins free of rent. Bin 1 was emptied, and I've decided this year to use a tyre to contain the bought compost. The theory is to assist in water distribution, using the tyre rim to disperse water, avoiding net rot on the plant. The tyre, not noticed at the time, is no good for this, as the rim has been removed, so I'll have to change it tomorrow. Courgettes will send roots deep down the bin till they are harvested and the compost is ready to use. On a new allotment site, building up a supply of compost is a juggling act because the basic supply material comes at the end of a growing season, autumn, and the best time to mulch is autumn or spring. So with the best will in the world, you will not have sufficient material. The compost in this video is from 3 full bins, rotted down to 1 bin over 12 months, and this will only cover 3 raised beds. I don't produce enough green waste to fill any more bins. The extra 4th bin is taking waste while the first 3 are rotting down, so I have to supplement with other materials, such as mushroom compost, hops, or bought compost. The courgette and the squash were kindly given to me by fellow plot holder Kevin, who grew them from seed. Kevin is an experienced traditional vegetable grower, and this is his plot. And as you can see, it's well managed, neat and tidy, with a good variety of well-developed produce. Thanks for the plants, Kevin, appreciated. These 2 tomato plants were also donated by Kevin and are planted out in the salad bar. The variety is Mountain Magic. Heavy showers of rain are being forecast, so an early start has been made in an attempt to beat the weather. The day started well, managing a significant amount of work, but not today. Here, during preparing and sowing French beans, variety Stanley, I was hit by a heavy shower and I got a soaking. Never mind. The weather during the week improved, but I still put in early starts, with more sowings and plantings on schedule. I turned my attentions to fence repairs. Most of this entanglement is caused by the council's grass trimmer throwing the wire over the line so he can do his job. My laziness in not sorting it out earlier. Oh, what a tangled web we weave. Will Shakespeare. I had used some of my Enviro frames as a substitute fence, which now require unfixing in preparation for clearing the fence line. The whole makes short shrift of the weeds, which are then raked up and deposited into a plastic truck. All cleared and now ready to receive the weed control fabric. I can now try out a recently purchased battery operated staple gun on offer from Aldi. Wire cutting is the next operation. And then, with the aid of a piece of wood, formed into the required profile. Which can then be dropped into the prepared trench. Secured by stapling to the kickboard. I advise 2 hammers when doing this. Which now brings us to the end of the day. Time to tidy up, off home, and we return tomorrow. The inherited rhubarb roots are now removed, which for the past months has been covered to force the plant to produce fresh sticks, which the remains can just be observed as the root is removed. The plan is to provide another gated entrance to the plot, as the existing one does not line up with the main allotment pathway adjacent the water butt. This creates a chicane for when wheeling gear on the barrow, and for this a couple of extra posts are required. A couple of salvage posts had been obtained for some time now. Generally, posts for fences protrude out of the ground at 2 metres. and rot where the air meets the earth. On visiting our local fencing supplier, I keep my eyes open to the backs of contractors' trucks as they come in for replacement posts and ask if I can take them, and then can cut off the rotten bit, resulting in a usable post for the allotment for free. The completion of the new entrance will entail the construction of a new gate, which will mean sorting out through my stock of pallet timber to search for suitable timber which will decide on the ultimate design. Making of the gate will depend on the weather, preferably on a wet and rainy day. Meanwhile, next week, weather permitting, I will concentrate on filling this boundary trench and maintaining the existing trenches, keeping them weed free. And I hope you enjoy this video. Please comment, ask questions and put in your 10 penn'orth. A thumbs up would be nice, and don't forget to press the bell for notifications. Therefore, until next week, take care and bye.